All right, in What Did He Expect? News submitted by Jomalian?
Yep.
Jomalian hair dye.
That's my country.
Okay, all right. A marathon runner who slapped a reporter's butt on live TV was identified as a youth minister?
Oh shit!
I haven't made up my mind that he's a bad guy yet. You already made up your mind? You made up your mind, or like this?
Just off of that?
Yeah.
He slapped a reporter's ass on live TV.
Every time you say sports, I have a different
Guys slap each other's asses all the time.
I need more details.
Wait.
Yeah, no, I call bullshit.
I played sports where we would slap each other's ass. Because that's just what you do when you're on a team.
Right, but he's not on the same team as her.
But when I'm not on the team and I'm outside of being an athlete, I'm not hitting people's ass
They said
anymore.
they said at a marathon.
But she's a reporter.
Oh, it's a she?
It's not a fellow. It's not a fellow teammate. You do that for camaraderie.
Have you ever seen girls softball team? I've seen literally the coach,
I played
the dude coach,
sports.
smacking all of them coming out.
Yes, but here's the thing though. They're playing.
They're in the
This is a
same
reporter
team.
who's reporting on the marathon, who's just over there. Yes, so today we had a record-breaking 5,000. The fuck was that?
I didn't picture
It was me, and he just kept going.
I didn't picture a lady though. That's what I thought it was a guy reporter, and then he just came up and he was doing a funny thing.
That'd be okay.
It would be much different.
I would agree. It definitely would be different.
I'm not
but
saying
it's still not okay.
I'm not saying it's okay, but I just need no more details.
I think either way it goes,
then why
if the
jump to
person
conclusions?
who was smacked, they can call sexual harassment either way, or because it's unwanted physical touch.
Yeah.
Either way, male or female. But it definitely comes off worse that it was a guy that smacked a reporter's butt.
A youth minister?
But also keep in mind, when you're running a marathon, the ridiculous outfit you're wearing, you're the vulnerable one. You know what I mean? The reporter's in regular clothes. If you're wearing Daisy Dukes and you have a giant number on your chest,
That's your husband. This what you gotta go home to every night. Now look at you. Now you're questioning everything. I said I do.
marathon runners have chafing nipples too.
A different scenario. Let's say it was another female marathon runner with him, and he smacked her butt. Will we be more like they're both running, whatever, and they both finished, and then he like smacked her butt?
It's in bad taste.
It's still bad taste, right? Either way, whether it was a co-runner or a reporter.
For me, I still think it's bad taste.
Yeah.
Because the person's doing their job, so now you interrupted their person from doing the job.
Just trying to be funny. You just didn't.
But you're saying that there's like two runners.
Yeah, I'm saying different scenario. Like it's not a reporter.
The guy ends up smacking the girl runner that he's with.
Like,
I wouldn't jump to conclusions because it's like, oh, they probably know each other. They probably have that like relationship. But a complete stranger trying to do their job, that's not cool.
Yeah.
This is that fucking, oh, I'm so funny, I'm gonna do something edgy right now. Like I'm trying to get attention kind of shit.
So this is Alex. She was the reporter. And this is the video.
Looks like Mario Lopez's sister.
Video.
Mario Lopez's sister.
Oh my goodness.
True.
This will give context because there's certain kinds of smacks.
Maria Lopez.
So everyone's fooling around.
Oh yeah, that's too much. He probably cut.
Wow.
She was caught off guard. Yeah, she didn't like that at all.
That's not cool.
That was more than just a little smack. He did some more with that.
Was it the guy that was like?
This
It
guy.
was the red shirt, or it was the old white guy.
He has a blue long sleeve shirt.
Oh yeah.
You can tell that was not.
She was completely disrespected.
In his defense, he's from behind.
Yeah.
Could have been a long-haired dude.
Yeah, I can see that.
He might not know it was.
I think it's one of those things where everyone's like doing the fun shit.
Yeah.
And this guy thinks he's doing the same shit, but it's like, bro, you're like here, everyone's here.
I think there's no excuse. I'm not gonna make no excuse. I think women have it hard enough going through life just trying to be the best that they can without being harassed by guys. She was doing her job.
Yeah.
Like it's no excuse. It's not taking fun out of context. He sexually assaulted her. She did not want that. You could tell by her face that she was like,
Yeah, she didn't
what the fuck? Like, now what if she had cussed online? I'm like, what the fuck is your problem, asshole? Now she gets potentially fired because someone like interrupted her doing her job. Like, I've seen some of my closest friends and family members hit glass ceilings because they're women. I've seen the obstacles that they had to hop over because they're women, and I've seen them objectified because they're women. So in this situation, I'm just like, there's no excuse, especially with him being a youth pastor. Like that just adds insult to the injury. Like, bro, you know better. You're supposed to be preaching this every Sunday.
I think this guy should get called out and humiliated because These motherfuckers go throughout life always crossing the line and going, what? I'm just fucking around. But it's like, that's not, everybody was doing this thing like, woo, bunny ears, right? And here comes this guy that has to top everybody. Yeah. And I bet you he's a habitual fuck up.
They get away with it because then there's like other people coming in being like, oh, well, they were just kidding. It's okay.
I don't know many other people that would think that's cool. Yeah. Like, cause I bet you this fucker does this to guys, to everybody, and he's just never got his ass kicked.
I don't think he does it for guys. I think he does it to people he feels that he can overpower and won't say anything.
You never met these assholes though that just habitually fucking do this over and over, like to everybody, and then when they get their ass kicked, they're like, oh man, that's their fault.
I've seen those type of people, but I've also seen the people who hide behind the cloth and their position, like, oh, I'm a youth pastor. I would never do anything intentionally to disrespect somebody. So like he can try to fall back on that because I'm a youth pastor. No, you're probably the worst fucking kind. We all hear the story about how like pastors
fit the stereotype, man.
The worst kids, right? You all hear that shit. So like the fact that you're a youth pastor yields no warning or no safe haven for your behavior. You just did a fucked up thing. Yeah. You need to own up for that shit. Like
not just that, but he's also a Boy Scout leader. So if he, I hope he's not the kind of asshole you're talking about, because then imagine him being like
lock him slapping fucking boys' asses.
For someone to get to that point too, they're usually gonna be like stepping stones to that. So I'm sure there was like smaller things that he's done to the point where he's like, oh, I'm on camera, I'm whatever, I'll do this publicly now.
He was really comfortable.
There's happened before that point that he gets to doing something like that. Have you been to Tokyo before?
I've only been through there like in passing, like on my.
They actually have whole cars that are women only because there's so much harassment.
I've heard that
because of how full it gets.
Yeah, I've seen the guys like standing all close to them on the train. It's like mad space, and they're just like, yeah, yo, it's a bumpy ride, huh? This is crazy. It's like, yeah, fam, it's seats right over there. Nah, I just been sitting all day, so I just went, oh, it's another bump. Like, fam, we stopped at the station. What are you doing?
Yeah, like
I've seen that, but they were actually supposed to come out with something here,
like that,
solely for women, only to use because of all the. I just saw something yesterday, like 2018, Uber had 3,000. Uber or Lyft had 3,000 like sexual allegation cases.
Male drivers on female. Yeah.
It's like, yo, this is a problem, and this type of behavior when it's not addressed and when it's not rectified and when it's not like he should be publicly shamed. When that shit doesn't happen, people think it's okay to continue to do. I call it the Trump effect. It's like when people come out and normalize hatred. Anything that is divisive, like when we come out and make that publicly okay, then other people love to hop on that bandwagon, and like it should be addressed head on. In my opinion,
I used to drive for Lyft, and I had it was a pool, so I had a young lady in the back, and then I picked up another dude, and that dude like kept like talking about her and like, oh, you're lucky, man. You have like this, hot young lady in the back, and I was like, what are you doing right now? You're gonna make her uncomfortable. Even I had to like text her after and be like, hey,
can you kick him out? Can you do that?
I don't know about kicking, cause I think I was new at that point, and I was like, I don't want to like lose his money or whatever like that. So like I just took him to the spot, but it was just like, don't make her uncomfortable in like my own car, that kind of situation. And then also like you were saying, like being able to call that out. Don't just like sit around and just like listen to
some dudes have no fucking idea how to actually talk.
And he said it so normal. Like it was like the normalest thing for him to just like to utter. Like it was just like, yeah, this is just how you talk. And it was like, no, it's not how you talk, man.
He thinks he's a fucking pimp in his head, dude.
And I'm like, if she's in the car with two dudes in the front, like she's gonna be uncomfortable already on the offset.
So he was sitting in the front?
He was in the front because it was a pool. I mean, he could have gotten in the back with her, which would have been more creepy, but he was kind of in the front with me. But even so, like, when she's in the back, it's dark, it was night at that point. Like, that's a bad situation to start. Why are you gonna, like, add fuel to the fire?
Well, I probably would have said something. I'm like, hey, man, chill out, man. Don't make it weird, bro.
Yeah, that's it. I told him to chill out. I was like,
I gotta drop her off, and I don't want your weirdness to travel over to me.
And that's exactly
fuck up my tip. So I try to like change it with some humor, but still.
Like, I'm sorry that dude came in like that, and like I know you probably deal with that. Like, don't.
What's the big?
Imagine you add to it. You're like, I know you probably deal with it because you're so beautiful.
No, that.
I didn't know if you had anything planned tomorrow, but me and this dick or
fired. I'll be part of that 3,000 case you had in there.
So anyway, that reporter, she ended up saying that he hurt her. So she said, quote, he hurt me both physically and emotionally. So she was just like really disgusted that this man, because at that time they didn't know who he was yet. But people.
You can see it on her face.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, what the fuck was that?
Exactly. So she ended up tweeting this: "To the man who smacked my butt on live TV this morning, you violated, objectified, and embarrassed me. No woman should ever have to put up with this at work or anywhere. Do better." So then that's when the viewers started looking for this man.
Nice.
He was wearing his marathon number and shit.
Oh, so you can match that up.
That's how they were able to determine who he is. And so
Imagine being on church on Sunday and everyone knows this shit. And he's just like,
That's what they should serve him. They should serve him his fucking papers at church.
Yup.
Leading
So-
fucking youth minister.
here's Tommy.
oh, he looks like that kind of fucker
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
What's the big deal? Come on, man. We're just fucking around. Fucking joking,
Visor and all.
That look right there, that's what we're gonna have in court. I was just fucking around.
He's from Georgia.
People can't take a joke these days.
Southern accent.
That's exactly, that completely makes sense.
All these fuckers, man. I can't wait till the day they
So
get.
Either
he got-
Georgia or Florida.
Yeah.
So he got banned from racing. His lawyer came out with a statement saying he said.
Oh, you can't even have fun these days,
Yeah,
man.
he said, he said, he's a loving husband and father who is very active in his community and local church, and he was insisting that he is working with those involved to correct the situation. While we regret the situation, Mr. Calloway,
He needs to get fucking served.
Mr. Calloway did not act with any criminal intention.
No one ever does
What does it
until
do?
they get caught.
What does it do
I didn't
like?
mean to rob the house until I got caught.
Yep.
What does a dude like that have to do for, like, I guess us as society, or like, you know, anybody who's following the story to make us feel like, yeah, I feel like you're actually taking the steps to
Public
right that.
humiliation, man.
Public humiliation, you think?
I think.
Or maybe from a girl's point of view, because like you guys deal with this all the time. So what
Yeah.
do you guys feel like? Okay, justice was served. To dudes like this to set an example or something.
The public humiliation for me would be really good because now everyone that he comes in contact with, now they know what his history is, and they're like, okay, now we can act accordingly.
So public humiliation in the sense of him coming out, speaking on what he did, why it was wrong, and apologizing, or like public humiliation, somebody coming and thumping his dick.
I like that one.
That would hurt too. And he still has to do the apology. Actually, not even a dick, balls. 2 thumps on the balls, like that, because that shit will take a man down.
Yeah.
That shit'll drop an elephant. You kick an elephant in the balls, that's how you save a life.
Yeah,
I
but like
guarantee.
realistically, that wouldn't really happen. So in the realistic sense of things,
Spray paint his face.
I think what would make me feel better
Spray paint his eyelids.
is knowing is like having his ass go on live television and like national television and apologize to my face, and also he's no longer to be able to be a youth pastor or a Boy Scout leader, because imagine what the fuck he's teaching the boys.
Yes, that's true.
Or he has to run a marathon backwards.
Yep.
He can still do what he likes to do, but it's gonna fuck you up.
That's good.
I think he should have to renounce his stance or his position with the Boy Scouts and at the church, because like you said, like that type of behavior, like racism,
Being
isn't,
passed down.
you're not born with it, you're
No.
taught it.
Taught it, yeah.
Like it's no telling what he's teaching these kids. Oh, that's fine. If she likes you, go hit her back. Like that type of shit. Like that's old thinking, bro. That's hella outdated. So I agree with that.